All right, Jonathan, Mr. Pu'u. Thanks for coming by. So this is another podcast episode again. If you guys didn't hear that last time, it was actually one of my top episodes. I would say, like, I think it's because the rise and topic in Muay Thai.
Yeah, well, I don't think it was just Muay Thai.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also because there's two handsome gentlemen on there.
Uh huh. Oh, who was a?
Oh, come on, bro. It's both of us.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so if you guys didn't stay tuned, before me and Jonathan started working together, I helped him out with his social media as far as creating content while he was doing his own thing as well. We met through social media. He was actually searching through me just to get more.
I was searching for I was on Instagram
Mhm.
during shutdowns
Right.
looking at like just in the Ventura like the Ventura location tag
Uh-huh.
and the Oxnard location tag Camarillo, and I found your post saying you're looking for leaders in your industry locally
Yes.
for a podcast.
And I still am.
Yeah, and then I was like, dope, let's connect.
Yeah.
That's how it happened. I DM'd you, I slid in the DMs.
Yeah, and I think that's cool because from that interaction turned into something more,
Mhm.
right? And we worked together, and I started learning Muay Thai, and I started actually, incorporating that as part of my lifestyle as well, and some of the
Yeah, yeah,
teachings, so thank you for that.
of course.
So
Yeah, that's like when we were talking about it. I
Mhm.
think you told me that you like were doing class at like the UFC gym or something like that.
yeah.
And I was like, dude, you gotta fucking come in.
Yeah, for me, it was just it was a part of my life where I wanted to become more engaged with myself spiritually through the physical aspect.
Mhm.
So like self defense was part of the thing that I wanted to really tap into.
Mm.
So now we are. Is it considered post pandemic? I don't know.
I don't even fucking know. How many years ago was it? 1 year, 3 years,
We
five?
spoke back in 2020, so it's 2023. We started working together from 2021 to like mid 2022,
Man,
right?
that was a crazy.
Or
fucking-
sorry, like fall Q3, Q4 of 2021, all the way to like 2022.
Also, I didn't even ask. Can I curse?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yeah. So that was a fucking ride since then, bro.
yeah.
That was a ride
been a
since
while.
then. Yeah.
So I'm grateful for your relationship, me and Jonathan, and not only that, you've also connected me with other people who I've been able to work with.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
It's a small community.
Yeah. So let's dive in. I mean, what's different, or what do you think has changed now since 2023? Since we
2020
last talked
on the
the
podcast.
podcast. Like what was like major shifts in the industry,
Oh,
in your business? I mean, I personally saw them, but I'd love to hear from you
you know,
personally.
I have to go back and listen, but I believe I was talking about one championship on that podcast. I want to say I mentioned something about it. And if you follow martial arts or like combat sports as like an entertainment thing, one championship has now taken a big part of the market share, and have they actually dumped $1 million into the Muay Thai industry since then. Pu'u Muay Thai got a brick and mortar location on State Street in Santa Barbara. They're on no longer sublease with
Oh
Coach
yeah,
Ryan.
that was nice.
Yeah,
Nice look, by the way. So if
yeah.
you're in Santa Barbara, you gotta check it out.
Yeah, so it had that. So in seeing the activity levels, because during pandemic, everybody was glued to their phone, their media stuff, which is why we began talking.
Interesting.
Obviously, that's how I DM'd you.
But that was a good move.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it's like that was like I was on the same page when we ended up talking outside
Mhm.
of that. Like, oh, you see the same things that I see. I said, yeah, that's exactly what I see. And Muay Thai, and it was the right call because now Muay Thai, it grew during the pandemic.
We're gonna dive into a little about that. And the funny thing was,
Yeah.
I didn't really like. I wasn't looking at it from a perspective how I can take advantage of the opportunity in the social media world. I just saw it as an opportunity to create more content with what I was passionate about. Like I literally got out of college like 2 years ago after that,
Mm.
and I had no idea what I was gonna do, but I was leaning on something I was passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, how often are you drinking those Bang energy drinks, bro?
Uh
How often are you drinking Bang energy drinks?
Maybe 2-3 times a week.
You're being conservative. You drink that every day. Huh?
No. Recently, I've
Thank
been.
God.
No, what I would do now is, so the reason why I got this is I found it at have you heard of that store? the bulldog liquidators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So
found.
so they were selling this for $10 for a pack.
Oh,
I was like, okay, usually I can get this for $30, so why not?
yeah.
You know, like usually I've been leaning more on something like a salt, diet where I
Mm.
would intake more sodium
Mm.
and minerals and stuff like that, or I would just get like carbonated water or more water, obviously.
Mm. Mm.
But
Cool. Okay. Well, back on to you're saying about creating your content,
yeah,
like the opportunity to create more content. That's something you like to do, right?
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, no, for sure. I think I'm glad that you introduced me or to Muay Thai as well,
yeah.
and also to create content because it helped me also, I guess, create an experience for or a foundation for my agency. And you
Mm.
saw it
Yeah.
evolve,
Grow.
so and it's still growing. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not even where it's at where I want to be. Nowhere close.
What day number are you on right now? Full time in it without working
The
like another job?
document. Oh, it's after quitting. I am on day 48 of
Day 4.
quitting my job to go full time my agency.
Stay 48.
It's day 48,
Day
guys.
48. So I don't even know what day.
Mhm.
I should actually look back because I remember the exact date where I left working part time job
What
to
was
be full
the
time. It was in 2015.
What was the job that you were working at?
The last job where I quit from was to focus full time was at Herzog Wine Cellars in Oxnard. It's the biggest kosher wine cellar in the world,
Okay.
which is or in North America at
Mm-hmm.
least, and it was a interesting place to work at, serving people who like to drink wine and Orthodox Jews all day.
Not a wine person myself, but I would drink it.
Yeah, I learned a lot about it. It was cool. I liked a lot of people I worked with. That's
Yeah.
what kept me there. And some of those people actually ended up would frequent the wine bar,
Uh-huh.
became clients of our academy,
Okay,
became
okay.
students.
They
Yeah,
started learning about what you did.
yeah. They're like, wait, what are you doing? What are you trying to do outside of here?
Nice,
And they
nice, nice.
just talking to me. They sit there and they get a little tipsy and start asking me more questions.
But you've had Muay Thai even way before.
Yeah, 2014 where actually I really started.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been teaching Muay Thai a lot, but like where like the name Pu'u Muay Thai, it
Mhm.
started in 2014.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's when you start to like quit the job. So then I gotta ask, now that I'm kind of in the same, I wouldn't say in the same boat, but I guess I've experienced the transition.
Uh-huh.
What deciding factor made you realize that okay, I need to quit?
Well, it's funny that you're asking this because
Uh-huh.
we talked via DMs. I think about this. It was like, and you said this is like, if I could spend more time on my business, would I make more money than I am at this day job?
Mm.
Is money walking out the door because I'm not available?
Mm.
And like, or opportunities. I won't say money, but opportunities. Because a lot of stuff you do is not money. We're sitting here podcasting. This doesn't make you money. Sitting
Yeah.
here doing this.
No, for sure.
It's what you like to do.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like, hey, I like to train people.
Mhm.
I like training. Like, I should be able to do this more.
Yeah.
So when I realized that, and it was scary because it's like, am I gonna actually? Is this gonna be a consistent thing? Oh crap. And
Relatable.
yeah, for sure, man. And kind of going into it, like I just saw a piece of content from Alex Hermosi. He was talking about like being a technician and being a business owner and like an artist, how that falls in
Mhm.
about like, hey, some of the times people don't even know what the hell they want,
Yeah.
but they end up falling into one of those two categories. So
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
That technician and the business owner. When you say technician, I don't know if I'm referring from the same thing because I read this other book. Are you talking about someone who's like specialized in what they
Yeah,
do?
they specialize in like instead of training other people on how to do what they do
Mhm.
and replicating it, they just specialize and they start charging more for this stuff.
Mm.
So he was like, hey, some people end up starting a business and don't even realize it. You're looking at one of them,
Mhm.
and like I looked at, it, I'm like, oh shit, that's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
That like it made me realize I'm like, oh, there was like a point. And I remember thinking like oh like we have such a high demand, and I want
okay.
Muay Thai to grow. That was my thing
Yeah.
is I want Muay Thai to grow. The only way it can really grow is if you have more people, have a positive impact on people through Muay Thai. It's gonna spread. Bottom line, so you get that people underneath you.
I like that you mentioned that it was also about the positive impact. Because if it was just the money, right, it probably wouldn't have been as sustainable.
No, well, the thing is, what I'm doing, like, for anybody that's out there, like,
Yeah.
people like, oh, I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna make you money. It's like, dude, Muay Thai, you get paid $250, $500 for a pro fight.
Mm.
So you're saying that you're gonna come in and fight for us, and you're gonna give me a percentage of that? Like, dude, yeah, cool. I get $100 for training you for 8 weeks. Yeah, that's not even minimum wage, bro.
Mhm.
So you're not even making minimum wage.
Gotcha.
So
That's when you decide, okay, cool, I could also create a lifestyle
Yeah.
through my business by training people and also getting the best shape of their life
Yeah,
through Muay
and
Thai.
you have a positive impact on
Mm-hmm.
them because
Yeah,
it has so many benefits. It gives people their confidence back if they
for
lost it. If
sure.
they have trauma. It helps kids. Forming,
Confidence.
forming those kids when they're young. It's much easier to form a kid into a competent adult than it is to fix a broken adult,
That's true.
and it costs less too.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it costs less. It's
All
not as
that
much
trauma.
time. Exactly, man. So well, some people don't realize it.
Yeah,
Some
that's
people,
crazy.
yeah, some people they don't realize it, and I wish them the best. And I was just mentioning to you before we started
Mm-hmm.
recording was Tim from Sack Life.
Yes.
About his being martial arts through depression. He was talking about he's gonna have he wants to sponsor therapists to come into martial arts places.
Okay.
Yeah, for people
Interesting.
that need it. And
Mm.
I was like, I'm like,
So he's really tapping into that mental health aspect, huh?
yeah, and that's benefit for people. It helps with their mental health.
Mm-hmm.
It helps them get stronger, find their inner strength, and to be able to have the confidence to start their business, to say no to their boss, or to say yes to their boss, or to take a leadership position,
Mm.
or to find what their role is and what their actual passion is.
And I think at the end of the day, it's like going through the growing pains
Mm-hmm.
of what they've gone through and actually trying to get a better understanding of themselves.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure, and it creates humility.
Mm.
I was just training up in Santa Barbara at the Santa Barbara Academy, and one of Coach Ryan's private lessons, he was like, "Hey, back in the day, I used to think like, hey, if I'm at the bar, I can, I could probably fuck this guy up, like yeah." And
Yeah.
he's like now, and I realize how much full of shit I was,
Mm.
and he's like, I now it just created like humility, like oh, I didn't know anything,
Interesting.
and even though I felt like I did, and the general public is generally like that. So martial arts creates that humility that you can't get until because you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
Until you go into it, just like you were talking about transitioning. This is that transitioning to business full time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what it's going to be like until you do it.
No, for sure.
It's like
Absolutely.
I can tell you about it. Somebody else can tell you about it. You can read about it, but then you do it, and you
But-
get to experience it.
But until you actually do it is when you experience it.
Yeah.
And tapping back into that aspect of creating that outlet for yourself to really discover yourself even more.
For sure.
Right. So let's pivot a little bit towards 20, like I guess the last 3 years that
Yeah,
we've done.
for
right?
sure.
You leaned a lot on content, I would say. Like you even got a reputation for it in Ventura County, right?
Yeah,
Like, as far as Muay Thai.
Yeah, it's not even just that, but like in
In the Muay Thai community alone itself. Like, you even had a Discord to combine people, to talk people
Charles,
together.
I have a Discord. I didn't have.
Right.
just
Sorry,
to-
you have a Discord. Let me correct that. But it's the Asian in me that's
Yeah.
pronunciating.
No, I got you, bro. It's the Filicachino in you. We got, we had Discord,
Mhm.
TikTok. Really leaned into TikTok.
Right.
I took Gary Vaynerchuk's advice on that.
Yes,
and
that's
really-
when you start doubling down.
Hell yeah, because I saw that shit blow up. I
Mhm.
had a couple videos that hit like over 1 million plays.
Mm.
I had friends who were in Europe like, "Yo, I saw your video on
Hmm.
TikTok." It's like, what you did? Dope.
So was that what like a light bulb turned on for you where you realized, okay, like what can you do differently for Muay Thai and your business?
Yeah, it's just like what like for us we're about authentic Muay Thai.
Yes.
Being authentic Muay Thai, like what that is, and because there's a lot of content that was out there for people who were still trying to figure out what authentic Muay Thai was, and they had a massive following.
Mm-hmm.
So they were still had a lack of education stuff that I was already educated in, and they're transparent about it.
Yeah.
But people only see a glimpse of it. So
For
if you
sure.
look at these people's content as a whole, they're very transparent about that. But if you only see targeted things on their social media, you might think that they're an expert in it, right?
Right.
So they create that authority based upon that.
perception of that.
Exactly. And I saw a lot of these people during shutdowns make a killing on online training stuff.
Really.
And I thought, like, man, we have on-site stuff, proven system, always learning, and we don't have that. I'm like, why not? Like, why don't we have that? And I really kind of was taken aback that I used to thumb my nose at the social media stuff like that. And yeah, we got like because of the stuff during COVID, like people come up to me and like, oh, I saw you guys on TikTok, and to everybody out there listening, people they call us the quote unquote TikTok gym. I'm like, what do you mean TikTok gym? They're like, oh, you're on TikTok. I'm like, cool, yeah, you should be too.
Yeah.
And we're still out there fucking whipping asses and stuff like that and fighting and going to Thailand. We just went to Thailand again.
But it's funny because there are a lot of businesses that I've seen that are really maximizing TikTok itself just because they're doing the quote unquote TikTok trends,
Yeah.
which, I get at some point that people kind of wasn't aligned with doing those type of content.
Mm.
But my argument towards that is that you're joining in the community of people who are already part of this whole new community that they feel is authentic already, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're creating conversations. And that's one thing I'm really big on. It's like on social media, it's that you have the power to create the conversations that people don't often know about,
Mm.
right? And then you creating that community or that fun side to this industry,
Yeah.
right?
And that definitely tied in. You know, we had this character Charlie Putasos.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know,
I remember.
the guy, the toxic the toxic masculinity guy that doesn't know dick about fighting, and he wears basketball shorts. Refuses to wear Muay Thai shorts at a Muay Thai academy. Walks on the mat with shoes. Wears cloth shin guards. Has the crappy sporting good gloves from like Dick's Sporting Goods or Big Five, and won't wear a mouthpiece. Doesn't want to work basics, and ask everybody how many street fights they have. Right? That's Charlie Putasos, and like what's really funny about that is like people are like, oh, you're making fun of people wearing basketball shorts. I'm like, no, 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 no. It's fine if you wear basketball shorts. I even made some videos in Thailand of the Thai fighters. They're wearing basketball shorts.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, no, it's not about that. It's about this whole toxic stereotype
Mm-hmm.
that was relatable in the martial arts community. Because I had people from all over the world say, how did you know this guy? He's at my gym. And it's like, where's your gym?
Yeah.
Germany. And I'm like, oh, shit. So, like, this is like this is a worldwide
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
worldwide
just,
thing. It's
not
just
just
like
here.
in here.
Yeah, it's not
Mhm.
just like in Ventura County. So that became very relatable for that. And I still get people that drop the mustache emoji and ask how many street fights I got.
Oh yeah,
You
it's
know?
part of the community. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lingo that you adopt or I guess cultivated.
Yeah,
you know?
just because it's like, hey, let's joke about this.
Yeah.
And then people go, what do you mean? I'm like, well, it's about this thing. And they're wearing basketball shorts.
Mhm.
Typically, when I bring this up, I'm like, don't worry. And I'll just say, it's not about people who wear basketball shorts.
Right.
You're not the toxic stereotype because you're here actually training. You're
Mhm.
actually trying to learn. You're wearing basketball shorts because you only have one pair of Muay Thai shorts and they're in the wash.
Right.
Like, it's okay. But some of the people too, like their first time seeing us was only on TikTok.
Oh,
So
okay.
all they saw was that stuff. They didn't see the 6 years prior to that where we went to China and beat the Chinese national champion, where we went to Thailand and brought students there, where we went to Mexico and fighting there, Canada, winning the kickboxing national titles,
Right.
winning Muay Thai national titles. They didn't see that.
Mhm.
And me working on like Team USA as a coach for Muay Thai, and they didn't see that stuff because we weren't putting that on social media.
Right.
So they only see the TikTok stuff.
Right.
And it's like they thought these guys are like, who the fuck are these guys? But the reality was, it's like I don't care about that. I'm
No,
like,
no, you shouldn't.
no. But where this was interesting for me was learning that some of my team was worried about it.
I've seen that. I've personally experienced that as well. I think that comes with, I guess, fear of being looked down on of yourself.
Well, because it's
right?
like, if like, let's say like let's use my brother. Let's say my brother does something really like strong, for example, like, and really doubles down on it, and then it makes that look bad. But he views it as what he's doing look bad, right?
Gotcha.
In a negative light.
So you would say that maybe they have their own brand that they're afraid of, like having a different identity to,
Yes.
or attachment
Yeah.
to that identity. Okay.
Exactly. Like, kind of like, oh, I don't want to be like attached
Like I don't want to
to
be. I don't want to be like labeled as
Yes,
that, right? Identified
exactly.
as that.
Exactly, as like the TikTok gym,
Okay,
because
that
that's
makes
the
sense.
perception. Because in Muay Thai, there's like the first generation students that learned from
Mm-hmm.
the first Thai guys that came to the U.S. Then there's second generation, and that's like me, right? Where I learned from the
Mm-hmm.
Thai guys, right? But they had like 2 generations that they taught, and then like my generation had another group of students who were doing it the right way.
Right.
But then there's this 4th generation that's coming around, and that's only seen stuff through YouTube, through Instagram, through TikTok, these social media things, and they don't really
Gen Zs.
understand a lot of this
Mhm.
stuff.
So
And-
these are the people that you were instantly trying to target, right?
yeah,
to
of
create that
course, because I want them
relationship.
to understand what is authentic
Mhm.
Muay Thai, right? And part of that is doing trends and shit like that too.
So you were already ahead of the game before TikTok and Instagram and YouTube started to compete. You were like, I don't know if you know that, but like you were already ahead of the game of trying to educate people so that in any case, because like if we look at a gym industry, right, there's a lot of people out there that have the wrong idea about the gym, and the way they work out or the way they see physical health and mental health is not aligned,
No.
right? So then I think for you on your end, it may not be as visible, right, or as tangible as you can see it, but you're already tapping into what could be when talking about Muay Thai. And the fact that Muay Thai industry alone online is growing, right? Like, for example, one champion with what it represents, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Like, that is a direction towards how the community is growing. And just like any other category or niche in now is going to grow, and you are actually, catapulting yourself to take advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have people that, like, we had a student that went to Thailand, and they're like, "Oh, you trying to put Muay Thai with the Eat Sleep Teep guy?" And
there you go.
He's like, "Oh, that guy must be something, huh?"
Yeah. Who said that too?
There's some guy from Australia, I guess, that knew he'd seen my videos.
That's
there's a lot of people in Australia that have seen Pu'u Muay Thai, like the pair of these shoes that I'm wearing right now. Like the shoes I've sold are not in the U.S. They're in Australia. I've sold like 5 pairs of shoes in Australia.
I definitely think
Australia.
I definitely think with your direction, Jonathan, I think you still have so much more untapped potential.
Oh, for sure, man. Well, it's because I got in at the ground floor, like you're saying, it was early on it, and now like I go to Thailand. I had somebody come up to me in Thailand and say, "Eat, sleep, teep."
Yeah.
I have never met this person.
Wow.
And there's people that I meet everywhere.
Crazy.
Met
That's
people in
crazy.
Mexico doing stuff, and it's like our following's not that big on like a grand scheme of things.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, also the Muay Thai industry is so small.
Yeah.
Still.
So it's
right?
like it's big in Muay Thai, but it's small in the grand scheme of marketing.
So in a sense, like you have the opportunity to really create or change the game and be an actual influencer. No, I want to say, let me reword a word. A brand that can influence.
Yes, yeah, to be the person that
influencer
influences
has
the
such a
industry.
bad. Even for me,
I hear what you're saying though,
Yeah.
but no, in general terms, it is a quote unquote influencer, right?
Yeah, I think that's what I define an influencer.
Yeah.
Someone who can actually be a spokesperson, or not spokesperson, but someone who can talk confidently about their topic and their niche, and really like change the game for people.
And one of the things too, because there's so many people out there, probably you, maybe you watching, that's completely full of it, and people will find out. So keep learning. And I talked to my friend Mark Peace from Australia. He was nominated to be like Muay Thai Coach of the Year by WBC Muay Thai. He didn't win it, but he has multiple world champions. Been doing Muay Thai since the 80s. And one of his things that was on there was like about this thing about positivity and stuff like that too. But his big thing was, if you think you know everything, you need to get out of the industry. You need to stop coaching. And if there's something that I've seen in Muay Thai in America, was that there's people that learned Muay Thai 20 years ago of what the lower level, what they had available then, and they thought that was it.
No.
But really what it was is they didn't have access to the information we have nowadays.
Okay.
And the availability going to Thailand and having these foreign liaisons to go over there and everything. Like you met my friend Matt Lucas.
Yes.
Yeah. So like for example, him, he's quote unquote influencer, and he's how I met Mark Peace as well. Right. So, what he was saying is like, if you think you know everything, get out, because you're not going to help it grow. Right. And that's what I've seen happen in California. And that's kind of the goal of our academy, is to show like, hey guys, there's a lot of knowledge that we still need here,
and we want to keep you
informed. Yeah, we want you to be informed. We want the community to grow. It's like if there's a Muay Thai gym that opens up down the street from us, cool, good man, awesome. That more competition makes me have to keep my pencil sharper.
Right.
All right, I can't have a dull pencil.
I think if there's competition, that's a good sign, because there's more opportunity,
and that means there's a market.
Yes.
If there's none,
no, you're right.
It's like, hey.
Yeah. Sometimes I take pride in the fact that I'm the only, or at least one of the most, or I wouldn't say the most. I'm being a little too arrogant in this end, but sometimes I feel like I'm the only one that can do what I do as far as this end, or at least the opposite. But you're right.
Typical business owner mindset.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I have to do everything.
No, but like what you're talking about is that it's good to have competition, because there is actually a bunch of that there's people looking for what you offer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I also want to tap in. I mean, I know you have helped out other Muay Thai gyms
Mhm.
from other states as well,
Yeah.
right? You're helping them
Their
create
business.
criteria and formulas, but also like even their social media,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
We actually have a license model for Pu'u
Mm-hmm.
Muay Thai. And like a license model, I was always kind of towing the line like, hey, is it going to be a franchise? Is it going to be a license? Is it all going
Mm-hmm.
to be privately owned? And the answer is some privately owned and then license model.
Right.
That's been my thing. And now that we have this license model and I've been, planting these seeds through helping other people,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the license model is like going over curriculum development, going over business
Nice.
processes, going over sales processes, how to price yourself,
Nice.
how to hire staff, things like this. And it's with the sole purpose of helping Muay Thai grow.
Yes.
Like
So
it doesn't need to have my brand on it. Yeah, that's what that comes down
yeah.
to.
So it's more of a way to give back to the community as well, and also help them out. What's worked for you? Now,
Yes.
I am curious. You obviously did something differently in Muay Thai,
Uh,
in the industry alone. Speaking with other Muay Thais, what do you think differentiates the way you operate from the way, or what stops them from like getting on more social media, creating more content, developing communities?
honestly, they're busy doing their thing, but they love.
Mm.
They're busy doing that, and I'm very fortunate that like I had the team. So a lot of people that run Muay Thai
Mm-hmm.
academies, it's not their main thing. Like their wife works as a nurse or something like that,
Right.
and so it's like for them if they don't make all the income, it's fine because they have a dual income. For me, that's not the case. I'm all in on this.
Yeah,
So
I like
I
that.
think that which causes innovation, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
when,
For sure. For sure.
especially during COVID and all this stuff,
Yeah.
um, it really made it like I had to innovate. I had to figure out, okay, what are other businesses doing? How can I relate this to our industry?
Yeah.
How can I make sure to keep my team employed? How can I make sure to keep the doors open and stuff like that too? And I like it was not easy. Like our team came in clutch.
Mm.
Like my brother was a big rallier of like keeping the students
Yeah.
engaged
No.
and
Love
interacting and
Josh.
stuff. Yeah.
Shout out Josh.
Yes. So it like and a couple of the other coaches too.
Yes.
And it was freaking hard, but I think that's one of the reasons why.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm obsessed with that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
What was that?
Oh, that's my notification.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Did we break your computer?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Awesome.
So I am curious, John. With what was it? With what you've been able to teach, and now pivoting into the topic of this conversation for this podcast as well, is that we're transitioning out of COVID,
Mm.
right? I'm sure. No, probably not. I mean, we're kind of in this recession still, or at least expected to hit even more harder. What do you think worked for you that helped you make it through? Because there was obviously a lot of business that was shut down during COVID,
Mm.
right? Like, what do you think? I mean, you were very active
Yeah.
against like what they wanted us to do as far as our county.
I was let's be honest. I was against the narrative
Okay.
because the thing is,
Yeah.
these are the facts. I think we're the only business in Ventura County and Santa Barbara County to consult with an epidemiologist. An epidemiologist is somebody who specializes in an infectious disease, aka somebody who's more qualified than our health officer here in Ventura
Thank
County.
you for defining that.
Yes, because people are like they hear the word like, what is that?
Mm.
And this guy had done work with CDC before, and guess what? He's involved in the Muay Thai industry.
Mm.
Oh, I got lucky.
Nice.
Right? Talk about niche down.
Yeah, super neat.
An epidemiologist during COVID to help you consult with your Muay Thai academy
Nice.
that also does Muay Thai and owns a Muay Thai academy. And he had a whole thing of safe reopening that we can do, and we presented to the health officer, and he said, "I'm not interested." I said, "What do you mean you're not interested? You're not interested in us reopening?" And just no response, right? And so for me, that's when I realized that this is all bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hey, like we have a safe way for people that are suffering from mental health issues, heart disease, depression, all these different things. And talk about the anxiety of the situation too.
Right.
Like for the people that were really freaked out about it, man, they were really fucking freaked out.
Yeah.
All right. And they lashed out at us in certain ways because they were being told we were the bad guys for teaching Zoom classes in our academy at the time. Right. And, but I was like, well, here's the reality is like, we have this evidence, the science that says we can do it this way.
Right.
How come we can't do it? So, I got really frustrated. I did get very much involved with showing up at the Ventura City Council, at the board of supervisors meetings. I reached out to, at the time, he was the board of supervisors, Steve Bennett. I reached out to him a total of 68 times, and he was our board of supervisor representative.
68
68 times, phone calls and emails, follow ups. He never once responded to me as a minority owned small business that he claimed to help. So, fuck you, Steve Bennett, by the way. I'll just straight up say it. That guy he's a piece of work. A lot of the stuff that's going on, man. I don't know how these people get voted into office, bro. Not to get too political.
Yeah, no,
but
for sure.
I'm sure he does some nice things, but my experience with you, man, has not been good.
I can differentiate like also what you're feeling and also what I want directed towards.
Yeah.
So then with all this like situation, and I'm sure I know for a fact that you weren't the only business that experienced this. How did you work around it with the growing pains and as the economy was being stimulated?
I leaned into my team.
Okay.
Yeah. So like during the time, I was married and I was able to live in a different country in Norway for this period of time for much less, so I could keep my team employed.
Right.
And I could eat the shit sandwich, go live in a different country.
So you did that purposely so that you can get them to eat? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because otherwise,
I did not know that.
Here's what can happen. It was either I fire my team and I stay here.
Yeah.
Which I didn't want to do because we invested so much in them. Right? I'm like, they're probably, I wouldn't blame them. They would go find work somewhere else, right?
I didn't even know that, to be honest.
And then, it was one of the deciding factors. I told my team in like April 2020, hey, if by December this is still bad, I'm gonna leave the country. So I was able to live in Norway for $1,000 a month.
Wow.
For rent, food, whatever.
That's interesting.
And my ex at the time
That's
was
a bold move, bro.
Yeah, it was not easy. It was very stressful.
For sure.
Like I said, it wasn't the only deciding factor, but it was a big one for me personally. And we were allowed to, we're able to keep our team employed, right? And able to still pay them and go through this. And we paid rent the whole time.
Yeah.
During shutdowns for our business because
they were still trying to shut you down.
Yeah, we weren't getting any help from the city, and not only that, man, is when they were using proactive code and zone enforcement. In Ventura County's code and zone enforcement, and so the city of Ventura got indicted back in 2010, 2012 for using proactive zone and code enforcement in a bullying manner. They got indicted by a grand jury for doing it, and they were doing stuff that, due to that indictment, they weren't supposed to be doing anymore, and they started doing it again during COVID. So they were breaking their grand jury rules that they were given in order to keep operating. So for me, I was really like, hey, like, the saying is rules for thee, not for me. Like, hey, like only you have to follow that rule, but not me.
Yeah.
No, because I'm different.
Oof.
Like, and the
Some of those.
the thing that really turned on that too was I asked one of them, like, and I have it on recording. I said, hey, like, do you know how you get paid? I said, no, I don't care. I just get the money. I just get my paycheck, blah, blah. I'm like, but yeah, where's that money come from? They're like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, you're telling me you work for the city of Ventura and you don't know where your money comes from? I'm like, it comes from us, the taxpayers. Well, I don't care about that. I was like, oh, dude, I hope you find a new job soon.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
So that's where I like that. Again, it was just time after time, man. So I leaned my team onto this stuff, and I invested in them, and it's like, hey, if this is gonna work, it's gonna work. If not, then I'm really fucked,
Yeah. So despite all odds,
yeah,
you made a selfless decision to keep your business alive and your team fed, and at the same time, you fought against the odds of what you couldn't control.
And let me be perfectly clear on this, is because my team was also game for it too.
So if they weren't,
including like Coach Eric, he met Coach Eric, my brother, like Ari, like Trayvon, all these people that we had in our academy were all on the same page.
Amazing team, by the way.
Yeah, they were just like, hey, like, we had somebody who started training with us before shutdowns, and he got mixed up. He ended up, ODing on drugs.
Oh shit!
He died.
Damn.
And it's like, had we had the academy not shut down, that probably wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
I like to think. And I'm pretty certain of it.
That's a very impactful or intentful foundation.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep around.
Because the thing is and that's what the science is showing now, is like they made the wrong decision by shutting down.
Oh yeah, they've said that.
Yeah, they made the wrong decision by shutting down.
They made the wrong decision, guys. They made the wrong decision?
They closed the health and wellness industry.
They shouldn't have done that. Oh, I remember there was a whole like open gyms.
And the only
Yeah,
way,
I worked at a gym.
yeah, it's the only thing I can think of is it was
Yeah.
intentional. It wasn't by accident. It's intentional. That's my like. There's one thing to make one mistake, two mistakes, but when you keep making the same mistake over and over again, you just have to assume that this is intentional. All right, it has to be. What other reason behind it? Is it them doing it intentionally themselves? No. Is it somebody above them? Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that at some point, or I don't know, maybe because I'm not as up to date
Uh-huh.
with officials around here,
Uh-huh.
have they ever taken responsibility?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope. Never have actually.
See, like I would respect that more. Like
Yeah,
someone who can.
yeah.
take
Hey, we made a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. They. Whenever I bring it up, I brought this up in council meetings. It's on record. You go Google my name, Jonathan Pu'u, City of Ventura. You'll see the city council meeting notes. I made public comments. They never respond.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Even though they claim to help minority-owned small businesses in Ventura County, they ain't helping me. If what they're doing is helping, please stop.
Yeah. Anyways,
So,
yeah. I mean, I still think that it's awesome that you made it out through.
Me too, man. And
Still crushing it.
yeah, and I hope that we continue to grow, and we're continuing able to help have a positive impact. For me, like I like this is for me personally what I want, which can be different than like the team, but like, it's just my purpose is to have a positive impact on as many people as possible. And I know that if I do that, money will be there. Like I can live.
That's also how I think.
Yeah, I'll live. And for me, like with that, there is also the business side of things, is making sure that like our co-owners are getting paid. Like I want to make sure they're good. I want to make sure my team's good. I want to make sure they get, out of what they're trying to get out of it. Or if it's not, like, hey, how can we leverage what we have so that way they can doing something else? That's fine.
Yeah.
So doing the podcast, doing social media, that allows us to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, allows us to do that kind of stuff.
Spoken like a true leader.
Yeah. What? No. Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm just giving you the credit where it's due, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that out too, because I think it's not just for the business owners in here to appreciate or listen in on how you came out or even continue to build upon despite all odds, but also the Muay Thai industry.
Yeah.
I mean, as pivoting into that in Muay Thai itself, what do you feel has changed in the past 3 years in Muay Thai?
In Muay Thai,
I mean, even with COVID, it was affected too, right?
Yeah, it shut down and stuff. But the global scale of Muay Thai has changed because the industry, they got a bigger market share due to social media. More people are aware of what Muay Thai is and how it's different from mixed martial arts or the quote-unquote UFC here in the United States. So with that, more people, there's a higher demand for Muay Thai. And there's also a lot of people that knew what Muay Thai was and they took it for granted that it was always going to be there. So as soon as everything reopened, they came in and enrolled.
Gotcha.
And a lot of those people are still there.
Nice.
With that, it's turned into this whole thing. Like in Thailand, it's affecting the Muay Thai ecosystem in Thailand. There's in Muay Thai they have what's known as stadium Muay Thai, like where there's gambling every round. It's a little bit different. And it's more like the Muay Thai culture. And then there's entertainment Muay Thai where it's like stuff like 3-round fights, or they use the small gloves and stuff like that too. There was actually a lawsuit that was filed against one championship for calling it Muay Thai with the small gloves and not doing the Wai Kru Ram Muay, which is the pre-fight dance we do in Muay Thai. It's part of the culture of Muay Thai.
Right.
And according to the Boxing Act, it's in the rules and regulations of Muay Thai. If you don't do that, you can't call it Muay Thai. So they got in trouble for not doing that in Thailand.
Gotcha.
Yeah, not like outside Hun, you can do whatever you want, but in Thailand you have to do this. So they're actually getting sued for it. It'll get solved, but that's changing the industry because one championship is now at what's called Lumpini Stadium. It's one of the two major platforms of Muay Thai in the country of Thailand, and they're doing one Lumpini every week. And they actually I believe it's on TV channel 7, if I'm not mistaken, or TV channel 8, and they kicked off a big soap opera for that time slot.
Wow.
They bumped it for one championship.
That important. Wow, good for them.
Exactly, it's that important. So
more audience, probably more money.
Exactly. Well, they see the money coming in. They want to capitalize on it.
Interesting.
Now women, starting in November 2021, they allowed women to start competing at Lumpini in Rajadamnern. They weren't allowed. There was this whole superstition. It was the old style stuff.
Gotcha.
This Muay Thai culture, right? And now it's becoming more this entertainment style because they see the opportunity
Right, right,
for
right, right.
people to make money to earn an income
sense.
through their culture.
What do you think helped contribute to that, like, potential monetization?
Social media.
Social media?
Yeah. No,
Back into
100%. That 100%.
Like, what happened in social? Was it there's more content volume distributed, or what did you see?
People were stuck on their phones more than ever.
I
And
did.
the way those algorithms work
Mhm.
is based upon what you like. It's going to start showing you more. So it starts showing people more Muay Thai.
More hits, more strikes.
Yeah. And then one championship, UFC. It was the first sport. Shout out to freaking Dana White for making it happen, jumping through the hoops, and people saying that he was going to kill grandma by having a UFC event and going out and holding a UFC event. And it was the first televised sporting event in the world that happened after shutdowns. And I believe that helped blow up martial arts more. So people were interacting with the martial arts content because that was the only thing that was on TV. And then hence here comes ONE FC, who has a substantial market share already in Asia, but not in the Western market.
Gotcha.
So I believe a lot of that helped with that.
Okay. So obviously it's a growing opportunity now, right?
Yes.
And Muay Thai is growing, and we can't deny that. For fighters out there who want to get involved, what opportunity do you see lie for them?
Well, the biggest
whether they just enjoy Muay Thai or they actually want to fight.
Okay, so we'll take two aspects. So let's say somebody who wants to compete. I already told you don't make money competing. You can make money with sponsorships. If you think about older people like 30 plus, we used to look at magazines.
Yeah.
Social media is now the modern magazine. You don't need to have your own magazine now. You have to create your own magazine, and that's what we do with our platform.
Pretty much, yeah. You create your own magazine.
Yeah,
newsletter, whatever.
Exactly. With Pu'u Muay Thai, where you can leverage our platform to build other people's magazines, essentially, right? Other competitors. So those people, they have to get on social media. There's a promoter. His name is George. He has a kickboxing promotion called Fighters Rep.
Yeah.
And he really understands the social media thing. Like he's probably gonna fucking kill it in the next 3 years, in my opinion. And he said something. He's like, nothing says you're taking your fight career seriously like a fighter with their Instagram set to private.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, facts.
That actually gave me the chills for a minute. Like it actually sounds scary.
Yeah, it's just like, yo, you just telling me how not serious you are about being a pro fighter.
Yeah.
That's the reality. Oh, I don't do social media. Well, guess what? Then you're in the wrong industry. Yeah, you're in the wrong industry. Because the thing is, for promoters, it comes into entertainment. As a purist, it's like, yeah, the best fighters should fight. But also, I understand that. So I'm going to step up.
But there has to be a money side.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right?
The money doesn't just grow on trees.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So you have to create value for who you are and show you're following.
Value is the key term in here.
Yeah, why else? Yeah, cool, you have good fighting skills. So is that guy.
Yeah. But you know what's interesting about that, too, is that as much as people would not want to agree to that, like even then, right? Like if you think of other sports or any other, like for example, if you're now an actor, like before back then, like you had to go to Hollywood in order to become like famous, but like now you could generate millions of followers on TikTok and actually have brand deals,
and
right?
not be in Hollywood.
Yeah, because the difference is in value. Right? Because there's value in the attention. I think a lot of people need to shift their perspective on what matters and start looking at the bigger picture, but not fully compromise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my little brother, he grew his followers on social media, and now he's getting paid like more than me. Sadly,
he's posting some funny shit though.
Yeah.
I remember you're like, what are my brothers doing? He's like, him by.
But my point is, he understood that he had to provide value, but he's not compromising.
Yeah.
He has these routines like that he does, and I'm glad that he's doing it. But like the point is, you don't have to compromise yourself in order to take advantage of the opportunities, right? You just have to find a way. Like, let's look a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. And that's where it comes into for people. Is like you have to, like, hey, if you just want to fight for fun and not be pro, yeah, absolutely, you don't need to.
Cool. Yeah.
But I'm still gonna promote you because I think it's cool what you're doing.
Yeah. That's dope.
But if you're trying to do it professionally, you have to be on social media. You have to. 100%. My friend Matt Lucas hammers his home for people.
Interesting.
And like, and me and him talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
And he asked me, hey, what do you do? Hey, and I asked him, hey, what are you doing? We talk a lot. and he runs the social media for the brand Fairtex, who has a lot of champions that are won FC champions,
Nice.
including the first 3 sport world champions, Sam Fairtex, who's very famous, right? So going back onto the enthusiast, right? Someone who's just training for fun. There is so much content out on the internet, but there's also a lot of bullshit content out there.
No, for sure.
There's a lot of stuff that I see out there. I'm like, that's not Muay Thai, because it's like what you're doing is MMA. It's a legal trip or something like that. And I see people that go to fights, and I work as a referee, and I have to warn people. I give them warning or a foul. They're like, well, no, you just don't know Muay Thai. I'm like, no, you don't know Muay Thai, because I can tell you just been watching YouTube against that fourth generation, right? Because they're misinformed, because that's the popular content.
And those are the people you're trying to talk to.
Exactly. So, and the people, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. So the people that do know, they see it and they're like, I know why you're doing that. And like we did a videos, what you did for us was like common fouls.
Yeah.
You know, and for that, for people that don't understand that, now they know. And people debate with me on there like, no, you're wrong. And I'm like, well, what's your source? Like, where are you learning from? I'm like, well, this video. I'm like, that guy literally says this is an MMA channel. It's mixed martial arts. It's different than Muay Thai.
Interesting.
So, but it's just like I said, they only see that piece of content. They don't see the content at whole, at large. Right. They saw that one little piece.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's awesome that you provide that platform to educate them on the more authentic side as well.
Yeah, they need to. We didn't have it before. Yeah. So I want to share it because I had awesome teachers and what they've taught me, and I want to share with people.
That's cool. That's cool. That someone. I feel like we need more people that would continuously pass down what they find not valuable, but like things that are important to consider as values. Because like social media can distort so many things in life that we create our own perceptions of, and then that we actually just start doing the things but not actually incorporating values for ourselves to create foundation. And I think that's where people start to get lost.
Yeah. Well, talking about values, and it's like goes into human nature, right?
Yeah.
So it's like human nature of like, it's one of the reasons we started the Muay Thai community Discord, because these conversations, they got archived and you can search them in perpetuity on Discord.
Nice.
Any questions that people ask, someone else probably asked it.
That's super cool.
How do you get people to go to the search function?
Yeah.
Right?
Actually, let's talk a little about your Discord for the Muay Thai community. Sure. What is it about, and why should people look into it? Or not even why should they? What do you offer?
So the Muay Thai community Discord is a place for people around the world. We currently, as of today, we have 450 plus members.
Nice. I remember you started at like under 200.
It's crazy. We started with 5.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it was crazy how much like came into it. I did some promotion stuff to get people like involved and engaged on there.
Right.
And it worked, and it's starting to catch. Now there's a lot of information on there. So it's a centralized hub where people can come ask questions from people around the world, but you can also search. That's one of the most powerful things about that.
I didn't even know about that Discord.
Yeah. People don't realize that. Is that
also SEO friendly? I mean, does it?
It does not SEO.
Okay, it's only for Discord.
Only on Discord.
Okay.
So you have to be on the server and you can search it. So it becomes an encyclopedia of this tribal knowledge. So tribal knowledge, as you know, if you read in business, any business owners, is not good, right? That's what creates miscommunications, such as the rules and regulations of Muay Thai, things like this, right?
Right.
Misconceptions on weight cutting, and these other things about Muay Thai. So people can go on there and they can search. So now whenever I'm answering questions, I started tagging it with common phrases people ask, because with knowing that in the future, it's easier for people to search.
Yeah, because they'll probably look for something like that.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, go search for this. Or if I want to quickly reference it, I can go search it and I can find it.
Cool.
Right?
Awesome.
So it creates a high value with that. There's promoters. There's pro fighters that live in Thailand, Europe. There's just enthusiasts that just train.
Right.
And there's coaches on there. There's some promoters that are on there. There's people that own brands that are on there. And even though they don't engage, they're on there looking. And they watch it. They watch the conversations that happen there. It offers also a voice chat. So whenever I do like podcasts, I go on there and I do it live. So people can listen live on there if they're not on TikTok, if they're not on other social media. And there's Q&A. They can ask for training tips. Like, hey, what do you think about this? Like, oh, hey, look at this video.
Right.
And that comes into the whole search function thing.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I mean, hopefully people who tune into the podcast for this thing are into Muay Thai and decide that they can get value from that. Let's try to pivot a little bit now. I'm curious in the next couple of maybe years or next down the months, especially since it's still the beginning. I think it's still the beginning of the year of 2023. What does Pu'u Muay Thai look like for you in the business in the next couple of months or years?
So Pu'u Muay Thai, we grew into the company. We because of the stuff we dealt with in Ventura County with the
Right.
business and how like anti-business it was, anti-small business, and how pro small business Santa Barbara was. That's one of the reasons why we didn't just get a smaller space in Santa Barbara and get a big space in Ventura, because we had the opportunity for a big building in both, but could only afford one big building.
Right.
So we expanded to Santa Barbara. And there's more and more things that are happening that have shown that that was the correct decision to make.
Really?
Yes, because of the way the city council works and the
So you like Santa
communication.
Barbara's council way better?
They actually respond. They don't just sit there and look at you like you're dumb and then not respond to you.
Yeah.
And then say that they're helping people.
But
like
it's
you.
but it's funny because like I don't understand why these officials don't understand that the small businesses are the heart of what creates and what's the word I'm looking for, stimulate the economy.
Well, I think they just don't understand how
Maybe I'm talking
how
too
tied
much,
in
yeah.
martial arts is
Yeah,
to the
okay,
community.
that makes sense. Yeah,
In Santa Barbara, they look at it and they're very much community oriented. And
but that's how you build markets.
Yeah.
That's how you build communities.
Yeah.
It's through little interests that expand and grow that people are passionate about.
Exactly, and that's why I'm saying that it's just intentional.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but my hope is for Ventura to get a big building at some point as well in the coming years, because I do want that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to come secondary to what happened in Santa Barbara, getting a bigger space. So Santa Barbara's location, they can be there. Our lease is negotiated out for 10 years. They can be there for 10 years.
Nice.
Yeah. So Ventura's is like, hey, it's always we can move to different space if we want to. I would love to nothing more than get a bigger space for it, and provide more, because I can have a bigger impact on people, right?
For sure.
So and our team can and provide more income streams, more revenue for our team and for their living. So we're definitely going to see a growth in the Ventura Academy.
Nice.
That's like that for sure. That's people got jealous of Santa Barbara coming from like the small place in the back of a restaurant to like primetime location. But that's the reality of it. And I've been trying to say this more and more to people. My brother's always trying to tell people this is why, this is why, this is why. And that's why. When it comes into, is this still on? Oh,
Yeah, it's still on.
Okay. Coming into other things that are going to happen, obviously with our podcast, we've become one of the top Muay Thai podcasts in the world.
There we go. Number one, right?
Not number one. There's a guy named Don Hetrick,
Okay.
who is legit as fuck in sports training for Muay Thai.
Oh, wow.
He really niched down. He's been around, I think, since like 2009. So I saw him start putting out content. He's really good. He has a podcast. Of course, he's gonna get high engagement because he has people, won championship champions that he's been setting up the strength and conditioning program for over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he has them on podcasts.
Yeah.
So it's like, of course, yeah, they have a long 10-year plus relationship, and he has these conversations with them that only he knows about. It's really good knowledge. So he's the only other one I think that's ranked above us, which is cool. Like maybe one day I'll bump him down. But,
maybe. We'll see.
But for me, it's more just the amount of people that hit us up, that follow us, that find our academy through the podcast. Like I never thought that. Like we were finally starting to get prospective students coming in the door through TikTok.
That's super cool.
Because that audience is starting to get on TikTok.
Now, is that from Ventura County?
Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara. Interesting.
Santa Barbara, yeah.
You know what's interesting is that I and it's something that I know the platforms are starting to work on. It's not just TikTok, but other platforms like YouTube, where they're trying to tap in to the locality of geographic. Like, meaning if you live in a certain area, they're gonna try to push content as much as they can that is also within your geographic area.
Yes.
So YouTube is one of them. I think Twitter, they might be leaning on it, but like for sure TikTok and YouTube, they're doing a few tests on it, and then at some point, if it can become what Instagram and Facebook did, now like, oh yeah, you can rely on local searches, or even you'll just see more local stuff.
Well, this is where it's interesting. Is like, is it depending upon the geotag on it? Like,
For sure.
Or is it actually where they actually hit the record button is tagged on the file? Because for us, I'm traveling all these different countries posting,
Right.
and like I think part of that has to do with us having a bigger following for Muay Thai Academy, because I was in Norway, I was in Europe,
Right.
I was in Mexico, we're in Thailand, we're in China, in Canada, all these places posting from there on TikTok and geotagging when I'm there and posting from there. So it makes you wonder if that's part of the case. If that's affected in the algorithm, they see that, oh, this is an international account. Like, I don't know.
I think the way I think the way I see it as far as international is like they're gonna push it where there's people looking at certain times,
Mhm.
right? But at the same time, they're also gonna consider, and I'm no expert, so disclaimer for anybody listening. But this is how I'm theorizing it based on other experts I've heard from, is that they'll consider keywords, even audio, right? What's mentioned, visuals and pictures, and anything else that you tag, that is a part of that component to cater the algorithm. And if that one user has some sort of similarity, they can try to push it. And then if that gets engagements or more views, then they see, hey, is there anybody else that's just like that?
Yeah.
So that's why I tell my other clients, like, yo, like, it's okay for you to be generic, or what's the word I'm looking for, mainstream, because if you can tap into the main audience already, you can see who's actually going to be interested in that content, and they might start pushing your content to similar people, and then that becomes like your main audience.
Yeah. It's, you know, I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some people are just like, you just started showing up on my For You page. It just starts showing up. It's like, oh, cool. And then next, we're interacting, and, it's cool to see the whole community come through on that. But we're going back on the Muay Thai, Pu'u Muay Thai in the next 10 years, too. I see us continuing podcasts. I see us getting more into media and building more of a platform, not just for our team, but for other fighters, too.
Other fighters too.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So,
sponsorships and all that stuff. Maybe?
Yeah, I already started it.
Okay.
Like,
But like bigger.
Yeah, we're like
At
right
scale.
right now. Well, it's because here's the thing too: is I'm so involved in Muay Thai. I know some insider stuff that other people don't know yet.
No, for sure.
Right?
Yeah, you tell me a lot of things that I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it's like there is like I sponsored a guy, and he was on a TV show that I'm not gonna name, and I know the outcome of the TV show, right? And other people don't know yet.
Yeah.
But I know.
But you already know because you know the script or the story behind that.
Yes.
Or the intention, rather.
Yes, and then I can kind of see where some of the trends are going and try to get to it first.
Gotcha.
And there's other people that are too. It's not just me.
For sure.
But
like a small group of you guys.
Yeah, there's definitely like a group, and we can see it happening, and some of us will jump on it. I'm like, oh fuck, like yeah, you got to it first. Like,
Yeah.
dude, that's dope. That's cool. Someone's doing
yeah.
it, right? Because again, it's about just we like Muay Thai, and seeing that come together is really awesome. But we're doing stuff like sponsoring the Muay Thai Colorado Classic, Muay Thai tournament, their 11th annual tournament. It's in Denver, Colorado on February 25th, 2023. And they have Eat Sleep Teep on all the corner posts.
Nice.
And they have it on their poster. They have they have a merch booth
I
there
love
and everything like that too. So and I'm sponsoring more fighters and stuff like that. They're doing like, it's subtle stuff though. I'm not like, oh, go buy my stuff. It's just like, hey, thanks for Muay Thai for the shirt.
I'm curious, John. I don't know if this is probably in your works. Do you ever consider or see yourself, you guys sponsoring a whole Muay Thai event?
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Like live, international.
like Coach Ryan, the co-owner in Santa Barbara, right? So he's doing the Rumble in the Jungle Tulum. So he's working there
in Mexico.
Yeah, in Tulum, Mexico.
Yeah.
So they had one event already that he was working with them. And here's the thing: is like I've been wanting to do that forever. And I've talked to him about this, and then he ended up partnering up with Brooke and Eddie Farrell, and then he got his wife involved also. Coach Ryan got his wife Carol involved,
Right.
And they're working. He's on as the promoter for WBC Muay Thai Mexico along with it. And it's I was like, hey dude, he told me about this opportunity. I'm like, do it. I'm like, here's everybody's phone numbers. Like I've been waiting for somebody to like start doing this.
Right.
We've been trying to get into a couple places, but some of the red tape here in the U.S. is it really hinders it. Hence why that's happening in Mexico and not in California.
Yeah.
So I've on the Indian reservations, I've been trying to get in there too, but those are hard because there's only certain people they like to work with, and it takes time, and you have to build rapport, and et cetera, et cetera. So I definitely could 100% see us backing Muay Thai promotion. I already have a name for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I already have a name for it. Putasos Promotions.
Oh shit.
So yeah, for my Latin community out there, what Putasos Promotion. It makes sense, right? So, yeah, Putasos Promotions, bro. So, a subsidiary of Pu'u Muay Thai. Yeah. And see, so definitely we could be doing that, and obviously we have people on our team that are already kind of doing these things, and it would be great to be able to build out more aspects and more income and build that platform for people. One Championship is doing what's called Road to One Championship in all these different countries around the world.
Yes.
So they're co-promoting with people.
That's pretty cool.
And these promoters will be like, hey, by fighting on our show, you're getting ranked with one championship. So it's creating a pathway for fighters.
Just to kind of test it out too and see how people are
Exactly. Like, hey,
looking at this stuff.
Exactly. So it creates more clout for those promoters.
For sure.
Because then people are like, oh, one championship's getting involved with it. This competitor to the UFC, because they do mixed martial arts, kickboxing, and Muay Thai. And I guess they did a pro boxing event too. Yeah. Which I didn't know.
Yeah.
So it definitely I can definitely see us getting involved in that. You know, and having the media under wraps is part of that.
I think you guys have the potential to be able to host a large Muay Thai event.
Yeah, and that's definitely I want that to happen. I don't know when. I'm gonna say next 10 years that'll happen.
I'd be patient with it too.
Yeah, I'm not in a rush.
Doable. Yeah, I love that. I fucking love that.
One of the things I see for myself personally, as a coach, like, you know, for me, I'm not coaching a lot right now. Like I work with our team. I work with our coaches on the team. Right. So, and I'm working on building a business, building these platforms. But I see myself getting back into more coaching in my 40s. You know, I'm 34 right now.
Right now, you're just building the foundation for the business.
Yeah, and I showed my proof with coaching already. Like for what I'm like, hey, I have my proof of concept. I'm not saying I know everything. I want to learn more.
For sure.
And I'm learning more. And I'm getting more mentors. I'm learning more shit from top level people.
Nice.
So now in my 40s, I want to implement it. I'm going to give it another 10-year concerted effort and push hard. And I think that's where you're really going to see Pu'u Muay Thai. And I think some of our coaches that we have right now too are probably going to be on a similar trajectory maybe before that. And it's really just going to make us...
what do you mean? Like they're going to be qualified?
No. They're going to be pushing athletes.
Okay.
You know, we're gonna be seeing, because Muay Thai now it got U.S. Olympic Committee
for sure
recognition. I don't know if that'll ever come to the Olympics. That'd be cool.
Hopefully,
if it does.
That'd be cool.
But with that, there's gonna be more backing. There's there's Road to One, having a pathway for people to go based upon. Before it was shooting in the dark. It's like there's I don't know when you're fighting next. Now it's like, hey, you can fight on this Road to One show. You're ranked for it.
Right.
You can get in on it. Hey, you have a following on social media. Hint, hint.
Right.
And you can go and we can pitch you to this promotion to get on there. And it'll allow us to build people up from kids up through it. So there's a lot of kids that are training with us now that are going to quit for a little bit and they're going to come back to us when they're adults and they have the skills already.
Yeah, I can
and
see that.
those are going to be the people that we're going to coach. Or there's going to be a couple of them that'll stay with us too. Those are the people that we're going to coach.
Nice.
And 10 years from now, when I'm focused more on more coaching again, I'm not saying it's gonna happen in 10 years where I start coaching more again. It'll happen before then, but that's where you're really, I think, gonna see a peak for what we do.
That's super cool.
And I hope to be able to look back on this and kind of be like, it's either gonna be like, oh, I was fucking dumb, like, or it's gonna be like, yo, it happened way sooner, or man, I'm still trying. So I
like
hope,
that. I like that.
I hope I'm not wrong, but you know,
I think the same way too. I'm like, oh, hopefully. I do what I said I was gonna do.
Yeah, and the thing is, I really do want to try to do that. And if it doesn't happen in 10 years, that's fine. I know it will. And if it's somebody else on our team, cool. Like, but I think you're gonna see a big push from us in that. And it might not even be under the Pu'u Muay Thai name. It might be under something else.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah. I think that's to wrap it up. For anybody tuning in. One last time for new people who haven't followed you yet, where can they find you? Where can they buy from you? Where can they get your information?
The best place to go to is pmtlifestyle.com. That is the landing page for all of our social media, all the going on for events, links to both academies if they want to come train. You can start with a 2-week trial at Pu'u Muay Thai Ventura or Pu'u Muay Thai Santa Barbara. You go on there, fill out the form. You're going to meet our amazing team. You just heard me say it. I'm not really coaching. I'll be there sometimes, but we have an amazing team of coaches that are freaking amazing. Yeah, you train with them.
Yeah.
So they're awesome.
I'll be back soon.
They're people that I train with, like that train me.
Yeah.
So like they're badass, believe me.
Can't wait to go back soon.
You know, for me, I'm going through this thing as being like the face to help promote it, right? But we have an amazing team that's there. Because they're busy doing the thing, and my job to talk and put it on a megaphone about what they're doing.
Yeah.
And so you can find us at Pu'u Muay Thai on Instagram, at Pu'u Muay Thai on TikTok. You can find us at Muay Thai Ventura on YouTube and Facebook, and you can find us Look up Pu'u Muay Thai. PUUMUAYTHAI.
There you go.
You look us up. All right, and pretty soon we'll probably be in Chat GPT as well when they update that
Oh,
shit.
damn.
Right?
Wherever that's going.
Yeah.
All right, cool. John, thanks for coming back in here.
Thanks for having me, man.
And sharing your updates 3 years from now.
Yeah.
Well, I guess almost 3 years.
One last thing, if there's anybody that's struggling out there, going through it, reach out. You can always shoot us a DM. Let me know.
Cool. Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next episode.